All right, and here we are in our market overview. So let's take a look and see what we had today. Here in the IWM, much different chart than what we're going to see here in the S&P 500 and the Qs. This is showing a little bit of indecision. Did close, didn't quite get up from where we were gapped the other day. So this is certainly not as bullish as some of the rest of the things that we're going to see. Let's look at the Dow. Did not get the all-time high here like we did in a couple of the others. We still had a bullish engulfing candle right here, so let's just take a look at that. Gap down, bullish engulfing, above the 90 MA, above the 50 SMA, so we are bullish here. Let's look at the SPY though. All right, so SPY, major bullish engulfing, blasted through this all-time high from 3 days ago, so last Thursday. Let's adjust this. Edit properties. We're going to go up 334.75. So we're going to go ahead and update that, and then boom. Didn't almost challenge this gap here, didn't. So we've got gap. Let's back out. We've continued to got some gaps down here at 312, 310, 304. So we've got some major gaps to the downside. Major bullish engulfing candle here though. So we're going to want to watch, see if there's any follow through after hours. I mean, we're basically flat. Okay, but really nice up day, 0.7 of a percentage point. It's going to look similar to our Qs. So, again, major bullish engulfing candle. You've got to be bullish right here. Even though our RSI oversold, we've still got a little bit of time left in our fractal energy to see a little bit more to the upside. So I'm not going to look at getting short yet. Still got plenty of room, at least based on this fractal energy, to go to the upside. So that's what we're going to be watching for. As you can see, when that fractal energy gets low, you tend to see a little bit of a pause. I'm not seeing that right now. There, I mean, we can go here and we can just add study. Add study. We're going to add one of our personal studies. So we are going to user-defined studies fractal energy. Yeah, I mean, we still got plenty of time. We're not even close. So I'm actually seeing much more upside potential here. And if I were to do anything, I would look at getting long here on this. The fractal energy is just showing me that we've still got major upside. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to save this grid. There, so we have the fractal energy there. Okay, let's take a look at our put-call ratio for all S&P 500 constituents options. As we can see, major important there. We are low here, so we can see a little bit of a decline. We saw down, which means if we go to our S&P, come with me. There we go. All right, so let's go to today's option statistics. Showing more puts, however, definitely not what we're seeing there. So I still see some upside follow through potential. Let's go to our price ratio to gold. Again, we're not seeing quite the levels that we've seen in the past. I think this is just worth taking a look at. This is our daily chart here. Okay, let's continue to move through these. Here we are. TLT, so bonds, we see a little bit of movement here in bonds from yesterday. And then even if we go over here to our bonds, we see up a little bit. What's interesting is that we see TLT and SPY up on the day. So I mean, I think that it's certainly worth noting there. Okay, let's take a look at our yield curve. Yield curve, really interesting day, right? So really have one of those doji type candles that makes you want to pay attention. A lot of indecision. You see this type of doji right over here on the reversal. That's how you know we're going to see movement to the upside. But you see a lot of doji style, not exactly a doji all the time, but you see a lot of doji style candles when these happen like that. Let's take a look at SPX. We're not above any of these. So again, it makes me lean bullish here. Okay, lean bullish. We're not above the 0 line. We're not above the 0.25 line. We're not below our 20 line. And so all of this continues to lean me to the bullish side simply from a technical perspective. Last one here, EEM. Again, we are years high against EEM. However, you know, it looks like it's going to continue to remain the same here on the weekly. So up on the weekly here, we see this. So it's just worth noting. Anything else? Yeah, let's take a look at volatility. We need to update our 10%, 20%, 30%, and 40% values here from 13.15. However, you know, we had a down day here. We see 449, so down 28 cents or 2%, up a little bit after hours. And then finally, UVXY. It's making me wonder when we're going to reprint this 10 handle. We're going to get close here in the next couple of days. But even with the market being up, we're seeing not quite the type of down day that you would tend to expect. And so I think that that's worth continuing to watch. All right, let's go very quickly through our charts. We'll start at the top. Look up personal. There it is. All right, so let's go through these, starting with EEM. EEM basically unchanged at 0.5 percentage point. A lot of gaps here, a lot of alerts here on the personal side. EFA up 0.2%. Again, a lot of gaps here. Gold, gold up 0.2%, so worth noting there. We've got a bunch of dojis happening, a little bit of indecision here in gold. HYG, so we've got our bonds, again up on the day, which is interesting. IWM, we've got our little box here that had acted as a channel for so long, gained the up on the day 0.5 percentage point. Got our junk bonds, bullish engulfing candle there. We are up. Qs, major breakthrough. We've already talked about the Qs a little bit today, so massive breakthrough, major bullish engulfing candle there. SPY, same thing. We've already talked about the SPY TLT with bonds. We gapped up, didn't end as high as we gapped. Got a major gap here to look at. You know, personally, as I look at TLT, oof. Gonna take me a second. My TLT position went in on that IV and that theta to do what I need to do. It's in between my break evens, but I certainly want perhaps to fill this gap. That would be good for my personal position. USO, oh my gosh, I mean, just look at this oil. You know, I don't trust a bottom here in oil. We'll want to go through, but we have broken through. We've got resistance here, so it's worth noting that we have major resistance here at this 1050, which did act as support. We're going to need to break through that with some level of conviction there, but we're just looking at price action. Okay, so we're continuing through our charts. UVXY continuing its massive decay. VIX, same thing, adding to its massive decay. So there we are in our major charts. Overall, we go back here to this chart. And while we have some downside targets here, I am, because of this fractal energy, leaning bullish. Fractal energy, we have our major bullish engulfing candle. We gapped down below, crushed through the candle yesterday, and so I'm feeling I am certainly leaning bullish. Okay, so there it is. If you have any questions, reach out to me at ryan@sellthatoption.com. Otherwise, let's have a great rest of the week.